Would you really like to be able to make some tweaks in your current style, your current business style, so that you are more easily and more quickly attracting your best premium clients so that this summer you can take your kids on an extra family vacation? That is what we're going to be talking about today, is just making some tweaks in our brain and in our wardrobe that are really going to help you attract those premium clients more quickly. Now, something that I unfortunately see in the female entrepreneur world, a style mistake that I see very often is that they are choosing their style based on personal preference over brand alignment. And so that's what we're going to be digging into today. Why is that important that we are choosing brand alignment with our business? And how can we look at our wardrobe differently so that we are checking the box when we are getting dressed and showing consistency and our true brand, communicating that through our clothing every time we people see us. So, according to Daniel Lubutsky, he is a billionaire and created the Kind Bar. He was asked about what's the most important thing about branding, and he said consistency. And if you look at statistics and research that backs that up as well, is that creating a strong brand that people are loyal to, that they will follow and buy from, needs trust, and consistency creates that trust. And so, unfortunately, if you are choosing personal preference and what you want to wear over really focusing on true brand alignment, you are creating inconsistency, which is creating um, you know, doubt, some confusion with the people that see you and what they think your brand is, but then what you are communicating your brand is through your style. So let's talk about the first point about how we can tweak and rethink this so that you are really drawing in your premium clients through your style. Now, first one is your business style should reflect your business identity, not just your personal preference, like your true business identity. So we talked about personal brand and personal preference with clothing. So now let's like dig deeper and talk about what the difference is between like your personal brand, your personal identity, when you are not working, when you are not being a female founder, and your business identity when you are. Those are two different things. Now, there may be some things that do intersect that are the same, but there's going to be also two different things. And so that is one reason why you cannot just, um, you know, be shopping for business outfits and be like, "Oh yeah, I like that. That that is my personality. I'm going to wear that for business." Now, I want to pause a second and say that if you go too far and don't have any of your personality in your style, then yes, you're going to feel like a total imposter. But there's certain things that you want to carry over from your personality into your business identity, and there's certain things that you just want to leave for your personal life and you want to have as your business identity. So I just actually had this realization in my life of something that I've been incorporating in my wardrobe. And I kind of knew the reason why, but today, as I was thinking about it, it became crystal clear to me. And so I used to wear a lot of pink in my style, and then I went through a brand refresh recently, and purple kind of became my new color. And I understood why. Due to color psychology, pink and purple represent two very different things. Um, Pink is more known for like friendship, whereas purple is known for more of like be royalty and many different other things. And also just the color themselves. So I often wore like light pink, and my purple that I wear is often like a medium to darker purple. So, and often, and again, with color psychology, lighter colors are great for being approachable, and darker colors are great for showing authority. And so I realized a while back that I needed to prioritize wearing purple over pink. First of all, because it matches visually my brand colors, my brand logo, but also, although I do have some lighter colors in my wardrobe, as you can see, for purple, going going choosing a darker purple was more important because in that color I needed to show authority. I needed some darker colors to show that authority, to have that balance of uh, authority and approachability. And also, although friendship is great and I want people to see me as being friendly, um, I you may have like 10 values you may say in your brand, but really showing through your logo, saying through your content, that sort of thing, you really need to narrow it down to a smaller few because otherwise you're not going to be able to stand strong in a few, right? If you are focusing on too many things, um, it's going to be harder to stand strong in those many things than if you were to say, hey, we have these three core values and we're going to go strong in that. And then those other five, like we will also incorporate them in our business, but not quite as strong. And so, although people see me as friendly, being a Christian business and really helping women see their identity as a daughter of the king, that purple royalty was more important than having that pink and really speaking friendship. So that is just like one example of, but then let me go back for a second. But then also, so in my business identity, um, I need to show that, speak that royalty, speak that authority. That is part of my business identity. But in my personal life, um, I kind of just thought that I was done wearing pink and then it kind of went away and I switched over. But I realized today, it actually had to do with like house decor. And side note, if you're ever feel stuck with like your style, look to your house decor because oftentimes that will be similar to to your style that you like wearing with clothes. Anyways, so today I was looking at a light pink cup and I was considering buying this purple decor for my bedroom. And I was looking at my pink cup and I was like, because of having, kind of slowly getting rid of pink out of my closet, incorporating in purple I was thinking, oh, do I want to add that purple decor in my bedroom? And I was like, no, my bedroom is more like me personally. And I realized I still do really like pink because I like that friendly feeling that it gives. But that does not, so that's like my personal preference. But I came to the point of this realization, okay, so I do in fact like pink still, but also I need to keep my personal preference in certain areas of my life and my house and keep my business preference, business identity in certain places. And so with home decor, it all like just came to me. Still like pink. Okay, I'm gonna add that in many different rooms of my house or keep that. I'm gonna keep that in my bedroom where I wanna feel casual and calm and that friendly feeling is great. But in my business office, I should add that purple decor because that is my business identity. And so that is what you want to think about. You can think about like just like you would separate what you put in your office from what you might put in your living room, that decor, because when you go in your office, you need to feel that business identity. In the rest of your house, you can feel just that casual personal you. And that's how I want you to think of your style, your wardrobe. Is that yes, incorporating some of your personality that aligns with your brand is important, but the rest we need to keep for when you are not working. So that is point number one. Your business style needs to reflect your business identity, not your everyday personal identity. Number two is you need to think about your business style needs to be about what your clients need to see. I'm guessing that at the start or throughout your business, you have thought of, oh, I want to offer my client this package. Oh, I want to offer that. And the thing is that if you are being a great steward of the gifts God has given you, of really serving your client well, you've probably had to put aside some packages, some offer that you really wanted to do, but you realize that whether it was for the season or overall for the client you are serving now, it just wouldn't work best for them. And that's in business. And being a leader is that we do not get to just choose and be a best steward by offering what we want, right? It's about what our clients need. It's about what they want. And so that's what you need to think of in your style. Yes, you should like it, but you're not gonna just wear everything, like just, looking at the top and thinking, oh, I like it, I want to wear it is not something that checks the box to purchase it. You need to go much deeper. I want you to think about like if you were going to take a potential client out to a restaurant to go over your offer and you guys would be a good fit to work together. And let's say you like the you like a restaurant that has a buffet. And if you're a good stewardship business owner, you're going to do a little research and make sure that although you'd really like to go buffet, you want to make sure that you want to go to a restaurant that they are going to enjoy, right? That you want to make sure that you go to the atmosphere that they're going to like. And so you find out they love seafood. You don't really like it, but you are going to choose the seafood restaurant over what you want, right? Because that is what you do as a leader. That is what you're going to do to create the right atmosphere and to put that person first with that potential client. And so that's what you need to think about with your business style. You need to feel confident in it, but it's not just what you think about the piece. And so, one way this might look is thinking that as that leader, you should be dressing to the level or a level above what your that premium client that you're trying to attract. You need to be dressing to her level or a level beyond. So you may be in your personal life a more casual dresser, but you may need to buy that suit to wear to that dinner because you know that those premium clients are going to look up to someone wearing a suit. So think about what your clients really needs to see. And then thirdly, it needs to align with your brand values. And we kind of talked about this a little bit before, but I really want to wrap it up with this. Um, so brand values, like I said, they should be, 3 to 5. What do your company, what does your business want your clients to feel as they are working with you? What do you want your potential clients to understand you really stand for? These are all things that you can communicate through your style to really draw them in and be like, hey, yes, we would be a great business to help you solve your problem. And so it is very important for consumers that they that your values and their values are aligned. In fact, there was a Harris poll done, and it showed that 3/4 of shoppers actually stopped buying from brands that they realized they didn't have alignment in their values. And 81% says that shoppers want and need that aligned values with what they value and what the business values. So this is something that is so very important. And you can show this through what you are wearing. I talked about color psychology before, and I don't think I went deep into it. So basically, I told you that different colors, like pink means friendship and purple means royalty. So color psychology is just like each color has different meanings meanings, um, and will make people feel different. And so that is just one area of when you are looking at clothes and trying to identify like this should be in my business style, is that you want to consider what the color is saying to people. Too, it could be patterns. I like to do the example. Let's say that you are a business. Let's say you are a coaching business that helps someone, you know, work through motherhood mindset. And you want the person, you want the mother to feel very calm when you are meeting with her, right? Well, choosing, um, you know, choosing colors that are earth tone, choosing a pattern, maybe like a striped shirt that the colors are very similar um, in color. Maybe it's like a white and a beige together. Will have a much more calming look than like black and white, right? And so patterns, something you can do, but then colors also is ways that you want to make sure are aligned with what your business values like. So as they see those colors, they're going to be like, oh, this is what I'm going to experience. Oh, this is the brand values that they have. And then when they're your right client, they'll be like, oh yeah, I also align with that. And that builds trust and makes them want to buy from you. So I wanted to give an example though of so interesting just how you can really show alignment of your brand values um, with just colors. This goes so much deeper, but just colors is easy to understand. And especially we all most of us probably have many people in our industry that are doing so many similar things. And one of the way that we can really stand out is through having this strong brand and showing these brand values. And I know, so I wanted to give this example of just how impactful wearing the right colors, even wearing the right style that aligns and shows off your brand so that it can separate you from others. So there are these two women, very successful women that are in the Christian business coaching industry. And they are like similar, but different. They're very similar in like kind of how they help, um, like how they help their best clients, but kind of what the content is a little different. And so on the one hand, and I feel like what the colors they wear are very great at being able to, even though they're probably not even trying to, but being able to clearly show their brand values, their business values, and it like separates them so that they may even have clients that work with them at the same, like work with both of them at one point. Um, but really like help clients decide, is this person for me or is this person for me, or do I need to work with her right now? Do I need to work with her later? And I actually have this from personal experience. So we are going to call um, this businesswoman business A because it's just A and B. Okay. So businesswoman A, she often wears the color pink. We're going on this pink theme today, apparently. And it is just like very, and it's like one of her big brand colors that you see with a lot of her content and promotions and such. And also just the way that she what her content is, the energy it is, just is very aligned. So when you see this like bright pink, you see friendship, right? You understand friendship. And that is definitely like a big brand value because having worked from her and worked with her and seen a lot of her content, she is someone that is like a cheerleader that is going to cheer you on. In fact, I worked with her this last fall, and it was just a time when I really needed to be kind of motivated, get it back into the swing of things. And so I felt like she was a great cheerleader. She was someone where it's like, we're linking arms and like, let's go, we can do this. And so her wearing pink just speaks that alignment of friendship. And paired with other things, it was still authoritative, and just like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to be your hardest cheerleader. And so her wearing pink was great for showing that consistency and showing her brand values. Now we have business owner B over here, and she is someone that I'm actually currently working with, and she also does like the same thing technically, but her content is a little different. And her content is a little, both are talking about God and incorporating God in your business, but business B just goes a little deeper. She is still helping people, come businesswoman A, businesswoman B are both helping people that are getting started in their business that may be new. But with business B, she takes different things about incorporating God into your big business, but just goes deeper, like really deep. Like you're like, whoa, I gotta think about this for a little bit. Whereas businesswoman A was a little bit lighter in her content. And so what I love that businesswoman B does in her attire, her style for business, in most scenarios, she wears these darker, deeper colors. She often wears black. And just being someone that's going to go deeper in show a little bit more authority and not like both know God and are, I believe truly are can go very deep in the Bible and are amazing at really bringing Bible to business to life. Um, because of that level of deepness that her best clients is going to need to go through and experience, having her clothes be, you know, black, which shows that really authority, which I think is so important when you are going that deep. And then just representing those deep colors um, as well that she wears also speaks like, hey, just so you know, like we are gonna go deep. Um, and like something that I know I've seen with her different colors is like green, this deep green, and green is really known as growth. And so we have the pink over here, like the cheerleader friendship, and then we have this deep green that just really aligns with we're gonna go deep, we're gonna grow. And I would say, like, in both business scenarios, all four of those, like friendship, being a cheerleader, and we're gonna go deep and we're gonna grow. You could say like both businesses have all of those four characteristics, but just pointing out, highlighting two of them is really important because it just aligns with what their brand really emphasizes. And honestly, if a new client were to see both of them, it would really help that client be able to see um, like, oh, I should work with her and she might not be best for me, or like, okay, I'm not sure if I'm ready for that level of deepness. Maybe I'll work with her later on. I need a little bit more like cheerleader style, kind of like I really needed in my business going from this one in the fall to this one currently. And so it just makes it so much easier for you to offer that consistency through what you say your brand values are and what they are. And then your client, your best premium client, can see that and see if you are someone that they should be working with. And then when they do buy from you, they're going to have this experience that they could see already just through your style. So let's get some takeaways about, okay, the next time that you buy something or thinking about buying something, first of all, stop. If it just is something you like, that is great, but that should check one box out of, we're going to say four boxes, okay? And so that you can really attract the best premium clients, offer that consistency so that they are already trusting you the first time they see from you. So, first of all, like we talked about, you want to ask yourself, does this blouse that I'm looking at, does this, is this something I like, but also does it describe my business identity? Does it really emphasize and show off like how I need to show up? The energy level. With the one business lady, pink was great, this like high energy, whereas black and like deep green is great because she might not look as energetic, but just this calm, confident, like we're going to get deep, was showing the kind of energy levels that they were going to bring if you became their client. Secondly, so this would be the third box. So first, like, does this, do I like this? Yes, important. But does it check the box for business identity? And then second, is it at the right level for my best clients? Remember, you want to dress um, the same, like at the same level or a bit higher of your best clients. And I would say look at a few of them. And that might be adding some designer name into your wardrobe because you know that your premium clients, really love certain designer names. And even adding just a couple pieces, maybe it's a purse, maybe it's some specific jewelry, that will even just up level you, or maybe it is more formal. Um, those are different ways, but just make sure that you are really remembering that it's not just what you want, it's what your client needs and wants to see in order to be like, oh yeah, I trust her. She is the authority. I want to hire her. Okay. And then number 3 is, does it align with my brand values? Something simple as patterns. If you want um, someone to see that your brand values, if they work with you, they're going to experience calm. Cheetah print is probably not the best. Zebra prints, black and white, that sort of thing. So as you're looking at that blouse, like, what do you think? What is this saying? Also, something I didn't mention, but that's something that I see is so important is that something that also aligns with like your logo, your websites? If you are someone that has your logo and your website is very like bright colors, having like a warm green is probably not something that is going to visually align with your brand and what they see. So these are all just things to really think about when you are deciding, does this go in my business style, or does this go, maybe you're going to buy it, but you're just going to wear it for personal use, for date night, for church, that sort of thing. Really incorporating this, being intentional about this is going to set you so far apart because, like I said, I see this happen so often, and unfortunately, it is creating so much inconsistency between what you are communicating with your style, what you're saying about who you are, what it is like to work with you, what your business is about, and what your business brand's values are. Um, it is creating that inconsistency when you are dressing that aligns with your personal preference instead of being full in of, yes, I'm going to take some of that personal preference, leave some of it for my personal life, and make sure that I am dressing in a way that is so brand and business aligned so that when people just see me and then they go to my website, they can clearly see, oh yeah, she belongs with this website. She belongs with this business. There is great consistency, and that is going to make premium clients come to you, trust you, and want to work with you. So I will put those takeaways below, but I would love to connect. I will put my website and Instagram below. Also, if you are interested in working together, I will put a link to, you can fill out a form and we can do a free 15-minute style consultation to see how you can really incorporate brand alignment style through every piece that you wear so that you are seen, remembered, and hired even more quickly. All right, until later, know that I'm just cheering you on, female founder, in your style. God gave you this business to make a great impact. Let's use your style to help you make an even bigger impact.